on YouTube. Then, all right, it's now time for us to have the opening prayer. Someone to lead us, you may raise your hand up and you lead us in the opening prayer. I have Christian Mantos and the Chitiwa Kilowi. This time, let us hear from Chitiwa. Chitiwa Kilowi, may you please unmute and lead us in the opening prayer. Kilowi? Oh, I can't hear from Kilowi. All right, then let me get to Christian Mantos to lead us in the opening prayer.
I was saying,
Yes.
oh God, bless our teachers, bless our moms, and also mostly bless our teachers for helping us and working so hard to buy our schools, help us also to do homework. Oh, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Christian Mantos, for leading us in the opening prayer. Those ones who sent me messages, thank you. I have received them. I want to recognize the presence of Admin Wogisha Dance, the presence of my learners, starting with Christian Mantos, who has led us in the opening prayer. Ethan, I have like 3 Ethans in a class, but now I can't tell which Ethan is this. So you need to either have your second name and the registration number. So I want to request you to rename yourselves for easy identification. I have Gideon Onyango, Kayes J, Keith, I have Rich Tom Sange, I have Taron Kasumba, Divine Manuela has also joined. This is so good. So you are most welcome. I request you rename yourselves. Ethan, rename Gideon Onyang, Keith, and yeah, you are the people who needs to rename yourselves for proper identification. Renaming helps us so much because we get to know who is supposed to be in class and who is not meant to be in class. So when we ask you to do so, don't say we are giving you a burden, but please, there is a reason behind why we ask you to do so. So with that, I will not take more time. I want to start off with our lesson today. As I told you earlier, it's time for primary 1. I want you to open your books and we get to write date. Today is Friday, 19th November 2021. Let us have date written in our books. Then what are we going to look at? Last time, we looked at air transport and rail transport. Remember our topic is transport. We looked at road transport one day. In the last lesson, we covered air transport and rail transport. So today, we are going to look at something new, and that is water transport. Now the question is, what is water transport? Can somebody tell us something you know about water transport? Put up your hand, you tell us something. Keith is here, can tell us something regarding water transport.
Sheep.
Oh, there is a sheep. Okay, this is so good. A ship is one of the means of water transport. Thank you.
And
Let
a boat.
me hear. And a boat. Wow, this is so good. The two are means of water transport. So we shall be looking at means of water transport also. Let me hear from Gideon. What do you say? Gideon, share with us something. Kilowi Chitiwa, I request you rename yourself. Ethan Wandila, if you got the registration number, you can also rename yourself. Yes, Gideon?
A boat.
The boat. Okay, this is so good. Hey, Gideon, you have a friend there you are learning with? Can I hear from the friend?
No, teacher.
Oh, it's only you. All right. Thank you. A boat is another means of water transport. We shall see. Good. Another person. Chitiwa, tell us something about water transport. Hello. Chloe? Yes. Do you know something regarding water transport?
Yes, teacher.
Today we are going to look at water transport. What comes into your mind when we talk about water transport?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. So now that is why we are here to learn. Now we are going to learn about water transport. Have you finished writing this heading such that we move on? So the question to begin with is, what is water transport? If somebody tells you, I hear several types of transport. We have road transport, we have air transport, rail transport, and water transport. What is this water transport? How will you explain? Remember, we start from the word transport. Do you still remember what the word transport is? We say the transport is the movement of people and their goods from one place to another. Are we together, my dear learners? So when we talk about the transport, what should come into your mind is somebody moving from one place to another. Either is alone or is having some goods. You know, some people, they move because they are doing business. They are looking for money. So those ones, they move with their goods that they are going to sell. So they move with them from one place to another. But how do they move? We have now the different types of transport. We looked at road transport, where people move on road. We looked at air transport, where people move by air. We have those means of transport, the aeroplane, the helicopter. We looked at them. So those people move in the air. We looked at rail transport, where they use vehicles running on railways. Are we together? So now today we are looking at water transport. Now, since we know water very well and the word transport, this means movement of people and their goods on water. Is that understood now? A movement of people and their goods on water. So let us now get to know how we can define it. Let me show you on the screen here. This is a type of transport where people and goods are moved from one place to another on water. Have you seen that very well? So this is what we are going to write. in our books. Before that, some people have been talking about some means of water transport. So someone mentioned about a boat. Look here. In the picture, we see people seated in the boat and they are moving. I don't know from where to which place, but they are in the boat. So this boat is moving on top of water. That is why we call this type of transport water transport, because people and goods, you see, people here and goods are moved from one place to another on what? On water. You see these words? People and goods are moved from one place to another on water, just as you can see in the picture. Is that very clear? Before we write, let us take a note of this also. We've been looking at types of transport, and I told you that air transport is the fastest type of transport. Just like if you want to go to America, you cannot go using road transport. How many days or months will you take to reach America? But when you use an aeroplane, it is just hours when you have reached there. So now let us note something about water transport. Water transport, are you listening very well, is the best type of transport for carrying heavy goods. This is a common question that we ask. What is the best type of transport for carrying heavy goods? When it comes to carrying heavy goods, it is not air transport, it is not road transport, neither rail transport, but it is water transport. Is that understood? It is best for carrying heavy goods. What are heavy goods? This might be another big word, maybe. Goods that you cannot lift. Let me first bring it to what you can understand. For example, a 20-liter jerrycan. Can you carry that jerrycan on your head? 20 liters? That is heavy, according to your age. A bag of cement, 50 kilograms. Can you carry it? No, it is heavy. So something heavy has a lot of weight when you cannot carry it. Now, when it comes to goods, they are of different quantities in different kilograms. Others go up to units you cannot understand. Very big, and you know. So such goods which are very heavy, you cannot put them on the road. What if the road has a bridge somewhere? Won't the bridge break? Even the vehicle itself can break when it cannot carry. Look at the containers which are carried by the trailers on road. Supposing we want one trailer to carry like 100 containers, is it possible? It's impossible. The trailer breaks down. Even the road can break. Even if it was a train, it would somehow affect. Either it reaches somewhere and it fails to manage because the goods are heavy. Now, when it comes to water transport, there is no damage on water. So I want to take you to means of water transport, and we get to understand this very well. Because someone talked about a ship, and a ship, you will see that it carries very many containers. Are we together? You can also search for pictures. You put ship in the Google search and you will see. Now, let me first give you some minutes. We write this. I just wanted to first explain, you understand it well, then we get to writing. So can we first write? I had asked you to write date and the subheading, which is water transport. Now I want you to write a statement regarding the water transport and that last statement, which says it is best for carrying heavy goods. Don't draw these people in the ship. Those ones you can leave out. Meanwhile, as you write, I want to remind you a few things. Keep writing. And in case you have a question, you can raise your hand. Let me first hear from Kate. Maybe wants to ask about what I'm going to talk to you. Kate. Kate.
Yeah.
You have a question?
Yes.
Yes, ask your question.
I have already finished. Andy, are we going to do some
Come again? You have finished?
more? Yes.
Okay, then ask your question.
I have done that. Yes. I have done.
Oh, I'm failing to get in touch very well with the case. Christian, do you have a question?
Yes, I have. I'm not yet finished. I'm carrying. Also, I wanted to tell you, remember the mathematics which I missed yesterday? I mean, not yesterday. Yes, I did it in the mathematics book, but I thought you said when we were still doing the work, before this we used to do the writing one. Then I found the writing quiz.
Okay. The writing quiz. All right. We can also have it, and there it means I have to let you put on your video. You show me what you are writing, right? But that one is mainly in mathematics, whereby the teacher will give you a number. You have to work it out in your book. Then you show the teacher. That is why in math, you either share your screen, you do it on your laptop, then you share your screen and show the teacher, or you either put on the video and you show the working. But for our literacy today, let me see, in case I need to see something, what you are writing, I will ask you to do so. Oh, thank you, Christian. Let me hear from Joella. Or Joella, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Yes, Joella, can I hear from you? Because your hand is up. Okay. Meanwhile, as I wait to hear from Joella, I had something to remind you, and that is about. Yes, Joella.
Yes, teacher.
I see your hand is up. Do you have something to tell me before I move on? Have you finished?
Teacher, why to move on?
Okay, all right. No problem. Keep writing. I'm not going to change. First, finish writing. Thank you. Finish writing. Finish. I'm not going to change. So my announcement is, this is week 3 of our e-learning program, and we are still having more 3 weeks ahead. I want you to get prepared for the exams, which will come soon. And after doing the exams, we are going to give you a report card promoting you to primary 2. We are going to set work, including what we taught during the Edify program. So take time and revise your books. Then another thing, don't miss out any lesson. In case it happens by bad luck, let's say poor network or electricity has gone off, we always have our lessons recorded, just like now. We are recording. Take time, visit Google Classroom and check for the recording. It comes after the activity of that day. You will get the recording and listen to it. Now, what can make you miss out a lesson apart from power going off and poor network? That is when you have failed to pay money. I know it is not you as a child who pays this money, but there is someone concerned, either mommy, daddy, auntie, or somebody else at home. So be reminding that person that is money for this week paid. I don't want to be locked outside the classroom and miss out my lessons. So let this money be paid in time. And if that person is not having money, don't just keep quiet. Make sure you inform us before we get to class. So by Monday, shall we have a lesson on Monday as P1? I need to check the timetable, but at least I'm sure P2 and P3 have got a lesson on Monday and I teach them. So before the lesson starts, make sure you either call Teacher Robina, because Teacher Robina is the one in charge of collecting the school fees. We can say is our basa. Are we together? So let the parent call Teacher Robina in time, inform that I have not yet paid the money, but I'm going to pay on this date. So Teacher Robina will take a note of that, and we shall not lock you out of class. Then when you join the class, remember to rename, put your registration number such that I get to see that this is Ayebale, is a CCS, that is Stradocare School. Which class? P1. Which number? 01. Christian Matos is number 09. Divine is number 08. Elmax is number 11, like that. So please make sure you rename yourself. If you don't, you never know. It may somehow affect you. So inform mommy or daddy or that person in charge to be helping you to do all this. You can rename yourself at once and you don't need to do what? To keep renaming every time you join. So that one is in setting, and if that person doesn't know, you can contact me. That is why I give you my telephone number to ask about anything you may not be knowing. So I guess you have now finished writing. I've been saying all this because I have asked you to write, and I can't just keep quiet that you are writing. I had to keep informing you of a few things. Now, I know some of you have questions. I want to first hear from you before we move on. There is Joella, and I've seen Wandera. I'm going to hear from you. Yes, Joella. Yes.
Teacher,
I hear
give
you.
me the Google Class.
Joella. Joella. What is not clear about Google Classroom? Are you not on Google Classroom? Joella, I can't hear you anymore. Can you unmute once again?
Teacher,
Yes.
can you give me my code for who I will do my activity?
I'm not understanding your question very well. You don't know how to do activity on Google Classroom?
I want the code of
The-
Google Class. I want to do my
Who is with you at home? I want to speak to someone.
I'm with my sister.
Is she there? Can I speak to her in just 1 minute and we go on with our lesson?
Let me call her.
Okay. Meanwhile, let's move on. If you have any concern, write to me or raise your hand. I shall be hearing from you. So let us move on. I need to remove something here. Now, let us write means of water transport. So we are going to name the means of water transport. No drawing, but just listing, writing their names. So my dear learners, as I keep waiting for the sister of Joella, let us write means of means of water transport. In the first place, I have this. Which means of water transport is this? Somebody to tell us? Can you raise your hand? Who is going to tell us? Is it Gideon? Yes, Gideon. Gideon?
Water transport.
Yes, we are looking at means of water transport, but what do you see in the picture? How do we call this means of water transport?
Boat.
Good. Can you spell the word boat?
B.
Mm-hmm.
O. O.
Okay.
T.
Oh, thank you for trying. This is how we write the word boat. B-O-A-T. Boat. Can we write that one as number 1? I hope the sister of Joella has come. Joella's sister? Sister of Joella? Can I hear from you?
Teacher,
Yes.
I'm done.
Joella. Joella, I can't get you well. This is what we are going to do because I'm teaching and I don't want to divert my other learners. So this is what we are going to do, Joella. To help you, you have to get to my inbox. I have shared my number with you learners several times. When you have any problem, please contact me. That is why I give you my number every day. So make sure you get to my inbox for assistance, Joella. We need to move on with our learning. Okay. Let's move on. Have we finished writing the boat? Number two. Let us look at this means of water transport. Now there we are. Have you ever seen that means of water transport? And how do we call it? Somebody raise up your hand and tell us. Yeah, I have Shanita, gender balance. Shanita, how do we call this?
A sheep.
Very good. Yeah, this is a sheep. Shanita,
Yes, teacher.
can you spell for us the word sheep?
S-H-I-P. Sheep.
Very good. Thank you. I clap for you. Hey, you've got it correct. There we are. Now, my dear learners, remember we talked of a sheep when I was still explaining. Look at how big this sheep is. Now, this sheep is for transporting the people. This one is for taking the people. It is very big, as you see, bigger than even the buildings. Some of the buildings you see within Kampala here is very big. So this one is very heavy. If you said if this was to have some tires and move on the roads, would reach the bridge of Jinja. When crossing from Jinja coming to Kampala, it would just break because this is heavy. So even those ships that carry containers from India, from America, from other continents to Africa, to Uganda, they are of this size, very big, just like you are seeing this one. So that is how it looks like, the size, and with its weight, it is good for it to move on water, not to cause damage, like breaking the road, breaking the bridge. So when we say water transport is best for carrying heavy goods, we know water is not going to break. It can only sink in the water. But of course, people who make it when they know that because of the weight, it can sink. But water does not enter inside. So this is a ship. This is how it looks like. You will get to Google search, you type in ship, then you get to image, you will see very many of them. Let us move on. I hope you have finished writing this. Next, another means of water transport, we have this. This is here in Uganda. Who can tell us what is this? How do we call it? Is another means of water transport. Have you ever seen it, my dear learners? Maybe Rich Tom Sange knows. Let me first hear from Rich. Yes, Rich.
Yes, teacher.
What is this means of water transport? How do we call it?
A ferry.
Oh, very good. This is a ferry. Can you spell for us the word ferry?
F-E-R-R-Y.
Very good. I clap for you. You have got it. Hey, so my dear learners, this is a ferry. Ferry resembles a ship. Okay. Hey, it also resembles a ship, but it has some slight difference. Okay. It also carry people, can carry goods, even vehicles can be loaded here. This is just a part of a ferry. I did not bring the whole thing. So you can get to your Google and search put ferry. You will see very many of them. Let us write this. This is our number 3. Let us first write it, then we get to another one. Do we know others? Maybe I hear from you. If you know any other means of water transport that is not mentioned, tell us. Christian Mantos, Chitiwa Kilou, do you know some? Let me hear from Christian before I get to Kilou.
Yes, teacher.
Do you know any other means of water transport that we can add?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which is that?
A speedboat.
Okay, good, good. Yes, we have a speedy boat, but that one, as you know, is under boats. We have already boats as our number one. So with the boats, we can again group them. We have those boats which have got the engine, and you have to first fuel them. You put fuel in them, then you start the engine and it moves on water. Are we together? So that is now a speedboat. Oh, we have among them, we can have a speedboat, others, I don't know the words. Like you see vehicles, we have the cars, we have the taxis, we have buses, lorries, you know, minibus. But when they are all cars or vehicles, so even boats have got their different types that I cannot break as of now. Now, we have other boats which are local, like the one we saw in the picture. Hey, I need to first get back to boats. Sorry to take it a little bit back, but let me show you something here. So this is a local boat which is made out of timber, and it has no engine. You see these men, they are having pieces of wood shaped in like you are seeing. So this is a bat. Now, with the local one, to keep moving, you have to get the bat, which you have to keep using to push water behind as the boat moves forward. That is what these men are doing. You do it on this side and this side. So the boat keeps moving as you do like this, the bat. Then with the other boats, which have got the engine does it automatically and the boat keeps moving. So let us move on now. This one we have finished, even this. Now we need to get to the fourth. I have one more hand of Chitiva. Let me first hear from Chitiva, then we add on. Chitiva. Chloe? Chloe, may you unmute? Share with us in the lesson. Others, if you have something to share, please, you just have to raise your hand like these people are doing. I can't hear from Chloe. We can now move on. We have another means of water transport, which is here. It looks like a shoe. Do we know this means? All hands are down. Who can tell us which means of water transport is this? I have 4 hands up. People know this thing. I thought they don't know, but no one will put up the hand. I want to hear from a new person, that is Taron Kasumba. Taron, I need to hear from you. I have even John. For John is coming. Let me first hear from Taron. Hello?
Yacht.
What is this?
Yacht.
Gat?
A
Taron.
yacht.
May you spell that word?
Y.
Y A
E.
E
H. E.
E. Like that?
Yes, it.
Yeah.
No,
Hmm.
no. No.
What can I remove?
That last C
Okay,
and
the
replace
last,
it.
I replace it with
Letter T.
letter T,
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, okay. Yeah, let me see here. Hey, okay. Thank you. You have an idea. I'm right now trying to check on Google. Yes, it resembles, but this is slightly different. This is slightly different from what you have given us. But yes, this is also another means of water transport. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Taron. Your answer is correct. This is another means of water transport, but this one in particular, this is a canoe. This is a canoe. And how do we write this word? This is how we write it. All right, this is a canoe. Then a yacht is slightly different from this, only that I did not bring the pictures. But as I said, take note of Google search. You get to the search engine and you see. Then I just want to correct your spelling where I have put E. I don't know whether it's me who made this mistake. Oh, sorry. But where there is E is meant to be C. Now let me correct it. I'm going to write another one here. We have YACHT, like that. Yet. Okay, thank you so much, Taron. You see how learning is good. Now for me, I had left out this word, yet it is also a means of water transport. Thank you so much, Taron. Let's move on. Have we finished writing these two words, canoe and yacht? I hope so. Now we move on. One more. This will be for John. John is going to tell us which means of water transport is this. Hey, John, are you there? I'm waiting for you to raise your hand up to confirm if you know it. John hasn't spoken in this lesson. Maybe let me ask you to unmute. John, I've asked you to unmute. John, just speak to me even if you don't know its name. John is quiet. Okay, no problem. Who wants to tell us how we call this? Any person who knows? I have the same hands. I have the same hands. Chloe, your hand is up, but when I call upon you, I don't hear your response. Now I fear. Let me try you for the last time and see if you will respond. It's like you are not with your device. Chloe. Chloe?
Yes, teacher.
I see this. We've got one of the means of water transport. Do you know how we call it? Hello. I don't know what happens to your device. Time come when I cannot hear from you. You are speaking, but I can't hear. Hello, I can't hear your voice. Yet here, my parameters are showing that you are speaking. Anyway, no problem. Let me hear from Keith. Keith, your hand is up. Save us and we move on. How do we call this means of transport? Keith? Yeah. Keith? Oh, I can't hear from Keith. He's not unmuting. Kale, lastly, Gideon. Gideon? Okay. My dear learners, I can't hear from you, but I know you are following. So without taking much time, because we are about to finish, and I want to tell you this. So this one is a door. The word is door. So let's first get back there. So door is written like that. This is another means of water transport, which wants to resemble a boat or a ship. It will vary in size, but the difference with this one is that, look up here. It has this white piece of cloth or tarpaulin that is connected to its system. So when you want to take off after people have sat and you want to travel, you just open this just like you open an umbrella. So when you open it, the way you open an umbrella, I hope you've ever seen what will happen if wind is blowing and you are holding the umbrella. If you are not heavy, wind can lift you up. If not, the umbrella will have to be taken. Have you ever seen that? So in a similar way, when this part of this door is opened, air or wind will make it move. You know very well at the sea or at the lake, then we talk about a lake because it's what we have access to in our country here. So at the lake, there is a lot of air blowing. There is wind, okay? Now, as wind keeps blowing and this part is open like that, it will make it to move. There is that force that keeps pushing and a door keeps moving. So these people who uses it, they know the best times that at this time, in this month, wind blows from this direction, let's say from east to west. So they set their door and the wind blows and they travel up to west. Then at a certain time, wind changes and it blows from west to east. So they again travel and come back. That is a door. Now, my dear learners, without taking much time, I believe you have finished writing this. I think we can have a few issues to share with you. If in case you have something to share, you can raise your hand up and we get to end this lesson very soon. You can raise your hand, you can send me a message in the chat room and we get to share. Thank you so much for being good learners. This brings us to the end of our lesson. So next, before I begin hearing from you, this work is already uploaded on Google Classroom, even activities there. So find activity of lesson 4, but this is lesson 3, not a lesson 2 on Google Classroom. And then what else? Nothing much. Thank you for attending this lesson. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. Those ones with the hands up, I can see Gideon's hand and Joella. Indeed, Joella, you had an issue and I had wanted to talk to your sister, but by then she couldn't respond. Now that I have finished teaching, let me hear from your sister. Then we have the closing prayer after hearing from other people. Joella, may you unmute? Joella, unmute. Oh, yes?
Teacher,
Yes, please.
teacher,
Yes, please.
teacher, can I read?
What do you want to do?
Can I read?
Get settled. Stop what you are doing. Sit upright and speak to me when you are not doing anything. I want your full concentration.
Teacher, can I read?
Read.
Lead.
Oh, leading in the closing prayer?
Yes.
Okay, there is no problem. Just get settled. I will give you time to lead in the closing prayer. But as I said, you asked for the code to join Google Classroom. That one you will speak to me via my WhatsApp number. Let your sister contact me and I help you over there. Or is she there such that I can speak to her right now?
No.
Oh, that is the problem. Kale, you have my number, I believe. You can contact me anytime for help. Stay on. I will give you opportunity to lead in the closing prayer. I want to hear from people with the concerns. Gideon, do you have a concern? Do you have a question? Who else has? You either send me a message or you raise your hand up. Once I'm done with everybody, we shall have the closing prayer led by Joella. Gideon, I've asked you to unmute and I can't hear from you. Gideon. Okay. Gideon is not unmuting and nobody else is raising up a hand, meaning everything is fine with you. In case there is something not clear, you have my number. You can call me. I want to wish you a very good weekend. May God bless you. Go and enjoy your weekend, but please take care. You know what happened in Kampala recently? Bombs, that attack. So please be vigilant. Don't just play with anything you find. Don't pick things. Otherwise, you may pick a bomb and take it home. Then you finish everything there, including your life. So don't play with any material you find it dropped somewhere. Don't pick any bag or gift. Don't accept gifts from people you don't know. Okay? They will give you an explosive and it will kill you. Report anything you see that you don't understand. Don't touch. Report it to any person responsible who is older than you. Don't take it home for playing with. So with that, I want to say, let us humble ourselves and we get the closing prayer, which is going to be led by Joel. Joella, you are free to lead us in the prayer.
Humble ourselves. Oh Lord, cover us with the precious blood. We're going spend our weekend. As we start, let's finish our weekend with a nice day. Not, I pray all teachers, family, in the name of the Father.
Amen. Thank you so much for leading us in the closing prayer. So there we come to the end of this lesson, and I want to request everybody to unmute and you say bye-bye to me.
Bye, sister.
Bye-bye, everybody. I wish you a good weekend. May God bless all of you. Bless mommy and daddy. Keep you safe. Bye-bye, my dear Lana. Thank you for joining in.